but then it was like,
oh,
it's kind of like a nap.
yeah, it's a nap.
So, coming, since we've been talking about fandom, reaction, changes. So,
how's she gonna fit her hand in the helmet?
So, surprise, surprise, Marvel announces this week that RiRi Williams will be taking over Iron Man. Now, again,
It's unprecedented.
Again.
1985.
Hold on. Slow down. Marvel still has not told us in what capacity.
Yep.
Whether or not she's going to use one of Tony's armors.
Yep.
Whether she's going to have her own armor. In what capacity she's going to be dealing with Stark Enterprises. Just say she's going to be new Iron Man. And of course, as always, the internet accommodates where everybody loses their freaking mind.
Ain't nobody read nothing yet, but everybody got an opinion.
Everybody has an opinion. Oh my God, this is going to be bad. And this is pandering. And this is another gimmick by Marvel to push feminism, the feminism agenda, and the racism agenda down our throats. And the world is going to end. And these are mostly white males. So, speaking to the white female at the table.
Hi.
Because I'm going to the white male next.
I was a white female once.
Now you were.
Yes, you were. Well, actually,
You were a bad bitch, though.
Yeah, you were.
we're going to come back to you. Let's speak
Hold on.
let's speak to our white male who was female once.
Of course. Have
Yeah.
a man first.
You know, so
He was like, there's nothing but shade over in this piece.
girl, let me tell you. Someone made an interesting point to me elsewhere on the internet, which was this. The atomic symbol for iron is Fe. Synonym for man is male. Iron Man, female. Ha ha, it's a pun. So, I mean, that might have been intentional, that might have been clever, I don't know. I don't care. I mean, if the character's interesting, if it's cool, if it brings in new readers, that is fine. As I said, as I alluded to earlier, I don't know the exact years, there's like 1983 to 1986, Iron Man was a black guy.
Yeah.
So, those of you who don't follow Iron Man closely, you should know that Tony Stark is a raging alcoholic. You saw a little of this in Iron Man 2, but in the comics, he lost his whole business because he got drunk off his ass.
Right.
His buddy, Rhodey, who you know was War Machine in the movies, okay, before he became War Machine, he put on the Iron Man armor himself, and he said, Tony, you suck because you're an alcoholic. I'm taking over. And he was a very competent Iron Man. He had some problems, too. Rhodey had some problems, but Rhodey was Iron Man for about 4 to 5 years.
And the
retired
world
when he got,
didn't end.
the world didn't end. He retired when he got injured in the armor. He put it back on a couple times. Now he is pretty much permanently War Machine, except that he was killed last month.
I'm about to say, they're not killing him.
He was
They're
killed.
not
He'll be
murdering
back. As we said, comic book characters come back. So if the RiRi Williams change is interesting, if it's good, then I support it. If it sucks because Brian Michael Bendis and he can't write his way out of a paper bag.
Hey! I like Bendis.
Some of Bendis is good. When Bendis is doing his own thing, when Bendis is doing his own stuff, or when he's in a private pocket like Daredevil, okay?
Yeah.
I'm told this Daredevil run was great because no one cared about Daredevil back then. So he had a lot of freedom to do what he wanted. When you put him on a big book like Avengers, what else is that? X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm sorry, he gets bored. You can tell he starts off with interesting ideas and then he gets bored and he loses steam.
He did with Avengers.
So
because when he was doing the Avengers and New Avengers run, there was like a nice spate of like 4 or 5 issues where it was just nothing but exposition. I'm like, just make something happen.
His X-Men run, he's brought the young X-Men from the past to the present. People were like, when are you sending them home? This story needs to wrap up.
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy, I've been reading it since he took over the book. It's gotten dry. Marvel Comics, please. Take Bendis off Guardians, bring in Cullen Bunn. Cullen Bunn would do a phenomenal job with that.
Well, look at him on Miles Morales.
But Miles Morales is his own character.
Yeah.
But he writes Miles well. And see, my biggest thing is, where you got most of white males that are upset over this, but they won't come right out and say because it's a black woman.
Yeah.
Even though you question them hard enough, you can kind of see where it's
get
going.
to where it is.
On the flip side, you have a lot of black people that are upset because it's not a black person writing.
Yeah.
And a couple of people, I told them up front because, they asked me directly. I said, well, look, I said, I'm at a crossroads with this. I said, because I understand your concern, especially with the fact that, yes, we finally got, Ta-Nehisi Coates writing Black Panther.
Paul Walker on Iron Man. I mean, on Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah, thank you. can do such a competent job doing Spider-Man, I would rather him do, at least start doing a competent job with whatever he's going to do with RiRi Williams, as opposed to going out and just dragging the first black person off the street to write a book, and we have no ideas what their credentials are.
Here's my contrary opinion. Because he was doing great with Miles when he wasn't really trying to address issues of race. We talked about it. I think the three of us talked about it on a recent podcast when he and Genki are trying to have the conversation at the lunch table behind race and weight, and it felt so flat. And I was like, this is the problem when an ally tries to write something. It's like if a man tries to write a woman, and unless he's Walter Mosley, who can write anything, because Walter Mosley did an amazing book. Now Debbie doesn't do it anymore. So unless you're Walter Mosley, most people cannot write from a position of being somebody else. They can't understand someone else's life.
You can't be a black teenager if you're a 40-something-year-old white.
But you also can't be. You can't do it as a 39-year-old black man. You can't write. You can't write a 15-year-old black girl from MIT.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here's my thing, which is the other thing, and this is one of the things I was talking about before with. I don't think we talked about it in the last podcast, but with Doctor Who as well. Don't tell me there are no female writers out there, because I can name at least 5 female black science fiction writers who you could attach to do this character. So there are writers with experience who could be writing these characters. Octavia Butler is still alive, y'all.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
She's still alive and she's still writing books, and every single one of them is just insane. Why wasn't she tagged? Why wasn't it? The minute you decide you're going to do this, I love the idea behind RiRi Williams. I love that they're showing similarities and how she has become. She's making the mistakes that Tony made when he was younger. When they're the same age that they were at when they were both at MIT. She basically built her armor much sooner, but they are still derping in the same ways when they first went out and tried to be heroes. But at the same time, there are black female science fiction writers you could talk to who could be writing this book, or at least consult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something. So, yeah.
So, hi. Cool. Just one little snippet. Amazing things have already been said. Okay, so the Iron Man suit. It's suit. It's suit.
Boom!
It's what's in it that was
Thank you.
power. Like,
Thank you.
it's suit.
Yeah.
Anybody can fill that suit as long as,
The hair fits. Oh, I'm sorry.
You know you're great at that.
as long as they have integrity, as long as their heart is in the right place,
Yep.
they can wear that suit.
Yep.
Almost like a hammer.
Jane Foster's the one.
And also for all these people who got their panties in a bunch
If you are
about their
worthy,
being a female,
If you are
guess
worthy.
what? The Jane Foster Thor run has been the most popular Thor run since the Simonson run. So you can sit in. It's not always about feminism or whatever. It could be just about what we were talking about earlier for Ghostbusters. Good writer.
Come back one second. At one point, didn't Pepper Potts have her
Pepper
own
Potts
armor?
was Iron Man.
Armor.
Yeah.
Was she Iron Man or
Which
was
was
she
rescued, and nobody bought the book. Hold on, wait. And did not just this week, in Amazing Spider-Man number 15, Mary Jane was in what armor now?
Iron Spider.
Hey,
You know what's weird is that Marvel tried to but did not crack the diversity window until about 2013, 2014. I don't know why, because they were doing stuff before. Example, people complain Marvel did not have enough female-led books. Okay? In 2012, 2013, we had Journey into Mystery with Sif. We had Red She-Hulk. We had Fearless Defenders, which was a all-female team. All very good books. Nobody was buying them. Yeah. I mean, and what's funny is that, Marvel launched A-Force, the all-female Avengers last summer. Well, yeah, it was good. The first
the miniseries.
the Secret Wars arc.
The Secret War miniseries. It was a beautiful book.
It was good.
There was no actual story. But I will say this: it was the first comic book that I bought in a while that had an all-female cast, and they didn't draw them all identical.
I will appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
What's goofy though is that Fearless Defenders had a very similar lineup to A-Force. Same type of characters, maybe not quite A-list, but maybe B+ list. And nobody bought it, and the series tanked after 2 arcs.
What's the difference between it's Kamala Khan? It was like when they really had to step outside their box. Like, we're not going to do a black person. We won't just do a woman. They did Miss Marvel. They killed themselves for years trying to make Miss Marvel into something. Trying to make She-Hulk into something. And they could never figure out the right thing. Kamala Khan was there. Oh my God, let's not kill this. We don't know why this book works. And it was like, you did a character that was very consistent with what that character would be like in real life.
Yes.
And you didn't dick
She
with
just
it.
happened to have a superpower.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
That's it.
let's you and me at least acknowledge, Armand, we're both lawyers. I think we can appreciate that She-Hulk, the last run, was done very well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But look,
With Charles Soule,
Charles
Yes,
Soule, who is a
Charles
lawyer,
the run
Yes.
was done well. I was not crazy about
the
it.
art.
I
the
ain't
art
like
was lacking. Yes.
Which I will also say in terms of supporting female minority-led books, let's just be honest, you get a superstar artist to launch the book.
Hell yeah.
Somewhere around issue 6 or 7, strange things begin to happen.
Yep.
The new talent shows up, there's a disconnect, the original writer doesn't stay on the book for a long time.
That's what happened when they
Star Wars
is
yeah, so
yeah.
it